Happy and enchanted morning, dear children. I welcome you back to the English Corner. Children, this is a recap of the previous session, that is the old clock shop, right? We saw the story in the last session. A continuation of this is in this session. The old clock shop, chapter 4, supplementary reader. Okay? Right? This is the old clock shop. It was on Christmas Eve at the closing time of all the shops. All these we saw in the last session. So Christmas Eve had arrived. All the shops, almost the shops are closed. One shop alone is open. That was the old clock shop that was maintained by whom? Mr. Ray. At the last minute, the shoppers were going home. Okay. So a thick white sheet of snow layers over Salt Lake City, USA. There only the story happens. The lights were still burning in the old clock shop. So actually Mr. Ray was deaf. He cannot able to hear anything, right? He worked on clock he had sold that day. So he's just seeing the accounts of that day, right? He's going to finish that. So having finished his work, he stood up and he's trying to move. That time he feels a cool air rushing into his back. He just saw, what is that? What is that? A man. Two men, actually one is 50 years, around 50 years, and one is 20 years old. The younger one remained at the door itself. He's not coming inside. The older man approached the counter and no friendliness in his eyes. So Ray can able to, maybe Ray was afraid. He has a fear that this person is coming to steal our money in the shop. Maybe he has fear. But slowly he pushed the notepad. Why? Because he cannot hear. So he pushed the notepad and a pencil across the counter. Right? So what happens next? He smiled in an unfriendly face. Who smiled, baby? Then he pointed to his ears. Now you find out who smiled unfriendly. Yes, Mr. Ray smiled at the unfriendly face. Who is that unfriendly face? He is the customer who came inside the shop. Okay. But Ray is smiling at him. He is not smiling. Ray is only smiling at him. He pointed out his ears and shook his head, stating that I cannot hear. Okay. So that customer was surprised and he saw something in the notepad. Right? Then he turned to the 20-year-old man who's standing outside and he said something to his friend. Right? Ray used the chance to look closely at the man. So paying attention to the shape of the gun. Something like a gun is there inside his pocket. That man is feeling restless and he's keeping his hand in the right side coat pocket. Angry. He was in anger, but he didn't show anything. Right? He said, be still, be calm. He wrote on the notepad, may I help you? For the first time. Then the older man looked directly at Ray and smiled. That is not actually a good smile, it was a mocking smile. They both understood why he was there, why his friend remained at the door. Actually, he came in a plan of stealing money, and the man who is standing outside is there watching that somebody is coming or not. Okay. Say they looked like men who were down on their luck and were now ready to try something they would later be sorry about. So Ray knows that his visitors are in need of money. So he came to a conclusion by seeing that he came to a conclusion that they need money, they want it. If we didn't give, somehow they are in a position to take that money. In that conclusion only they came here. So he accepts an old watch in exchange of a good sum of money. So the message is peace and goodwill spreads everywhere as the old clocks chime Merry Christmas. So the clocks ticked on. So the time is moving. That is what clocks ticked on represent. Time is moving. Ray calmly wrote another message. What is the message? Have you come to pick up a clock or a watch? The first message is, may I help you? The second message is, have you come to pick up a clock or a watch? Then he pointed to the lone board filled with hanging clocks and pocket watches. He was not a pawnbroker actually. Pawnbrokers will give money, lending some objects and giving money with, and they will collect interest. Main task is collecting interest. But here he was not a pawnbroker, but at the same time couldn't say no to the needy people. He was very kind. Okay, he is not able to say no to the needy people who place their old watches or clocks before him for anything they could get. If Ray is ready to give $10 also, they'll accept and they'll go off. So that is what is happened here. He loaned more than he should. Actually, he knows what is the capacity and what is the worth of that watch or a clock. According to that, he will give money. They would be there when the owners wanted them back. So the watch or the clock will be there in his shop itself for a long time also. Whenever the owner of the watch comes there and if he gives the money back, he will give the watch back. But he will not collect any interest, but he will give the product alone, right? Suppose for $10, if we are giving a watch, the same $10 I can pay to him and get the watch back. That is what happens. Then the old man seems to feel a little easier. He feels comfortable now. Took out his watch from his pocket and quickly looked at the watch on his wrist. So he has a watch. He just showed that watch. How much will you give me for this? How much will you give me for this? The man wrote in the notepad. Ray noticed a little shame in his face, in his eyes. Whose eyes? The customer's eye. The watch was nothing special. There's no special in the watch, but attitude and the value, moral value may be there. Okay. It was something to exchange. This is a product to be exchanged. What does it mean by exchange here? Giving watch and getting money, right? So knowing that great need, he brought the man to his shop in the first place. Ray asked, how much do you need for that? How much is your expectation, right? The reply came from the shopkeeper, from the customer, whatever it's worth. Everything, all communication is through notepad and through eyes only, not in words. The whole shop remains very silent. Now Ray reached into the cash box, pulled out a $50 note and passed it to the man's hand. As they shook hands, shake is present tense, shook is past tense. As they shook hands, Ray looked into the man's eyes. They seemed to say thank you. They both knew the watch was not worth that much. Both of them knew that the watch was not worth for $50. Before turning to leave, the man wrote, I will be back to pick it up as soon as I can. So, Merry Christmas. Right? This is a message said by the customer to Mr. Ray. This is a little story ended on the half an hour with the clocks striking all together. The timepieces, which had been looking on silently all the while, rang out the time with such a feeling that even Ray thought he could hear them. Right? Their sweet musical message was filled with hope. So, this was a story which happened for half an hour. It's a silent story. This happened very silently without one word also. All communication is through notepad and eyes, I said. Okay. So, after half an hour, what the author said here is the timepieces and the watches are looking at the conversation very silently. After half an hour, what happened? All started to ring. That means the sound of happiness. All the watches and the clocks in that old clock shop started ringing, so that Mr. Ray, even though he is deaf, can able to hear the music. Okay, the sweet musical music was filled with hope. Hope in the sense, if he didn't give money, then what would happen? Children, the words are very important, and you have to manage the situation in a wise manner. That is what is very, very important. The timeless message of peace on earth, goodwill towards all, was felt by the three men who stood in the clock shop. Who are the three men, dear? One is Mr. Ray, one is the old man who is around 50, and one is the man who is standing near the door who is 20. Okay, all these three men proved that this is Merry Christmas, and peace has to be filled everywhere on the earth, and also goodwill. Goodwill is a trust. Okay, goodwill towards all, trust towards everybody should be there. Then only earth remains happy. Children, if you read the story at least 2 times, minimum of 2 to 3 times, if you read the story, then only you can able to cope up with this. Okay, here and there you might have doubts, right? All these should be clarified. Today homework is, what is today's homework? Today's homework is just go through the book, content book, that is supplementary reader, A Pact with the Sun, and you have to read the story minimum of 2 times. If you didn't understand, then you have to read one more time. You just say the summary of the story to your parents, or just go through, take a hint about the summary. In the next session, we will discuss the summary and the question answers. Okay, dear? If you have any doubts, or if you didn't understand any wordings in this, then write that word, search in dictionary. Otherwise, you can make a call at any time to clarify the doubts. Okay? So, children, again I'm repeating, go through the content once again. Bye, dear. Thank you so much.